I think now is as good time as any to talk about Brad Bird and what really sets his Pixar movies apart from the rest of the pack. So, obviously, I think The Incredibles and Ratatouille are the two best Pixar movies, by a long shot. And as I've said numerous times before, it's because in sharp contrast to most other Pixar films, they feel like they were written specifically for adults. Brad Bird writes films intended to be enjoyed by adults first and kids second, because he doesn't believe that animation is a genre. That would imply that everything from Samurai Jack to Rick and Morty to Caillou all falls under the same genre and is accordingly very similar, which, can I just say,
What? Well, it's a little bizarre to have in the same category Shaun the Sheep nominated alongside Anomalisa, the new Charlie Kaufman existential drama. So that animated category is a little bit of a joke.
Well, if it's animated, then it doesn't matter.
Well, that's like then don't have Best Picture. Like, all these movies are so completely different. Like, if you're gonna have Best Animated, then you have to have subcategories for that too. I don't know, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Animation isn't a genre. It is a storytelling medium. Now, for the longest time, I didn't understand what made him so aggro about this terminology conflict. But when you consider how tonally distinct The Incredibles and Ratatouille are from other Pixar movies, it starts to make sense. And believe me, I'm not trying to disparage the other Pixar movies. They're also great. Pre-Cars 2 Pixar movies are great and thematically rich and tell intricate, fantastic stories, but Incredibles and Ratatouille just take things to the next level. In Incredibles, we're dealing with a man going through a realistic midlife crisis, a woman being realistically concerned about her husband having an affair, a man committing genocide on a group of so-called super individuals that he was shunned by, an attempted suicide, and a Schrodinger's cat-like discussion about the nature of a thumbtack that simultaneously does or does not exist.
Coincidence? I think not.
Incredibles 2 is not very good, but even that movie operates in the same fashion sometimes. There's a lot of intelligent conversations about giving up our freedoms and desire to do things ourselves out of the sake of convenience, and some other stuff, I assume. But see, this is what Brad Bird does. He gives adults a ton of ideas to think about. He writes all of his movies as if they are primarily intended for an adult audience. There's a difference between putting thought-provoking adult themes in your animated movie and putting in lame pop culture references to keep adults from falling asleep.
Are you not entertained?
No. There's a difference between putting mild sexual themes or alcohol in your movie because it fits the tone, and doing this.
He won 3 piston cups.
He did what in his cup?
Ugh,